Well, hello there. I'm Cece Shatz, and welcome to the show. I hope that you all will join me tonight as we talk about Be My Valentine. So come on, you want to be my Valentine? I wanted to talk a little bit about being single and being alone for Valentine's. So often we think about the holidays and how important it is for us to be able to be with someone during those times. And so often, unfortunately, it's those holidays that kind of put us in such a bind. It makes us, we get crazy. I mean, people get crazy over the holidays. And so often couples break up prior to the holiday, during the holiday, and after the holiday because of the stress of what's going on in their lives. But being single, sometimes I think we have to stop and we think about, what our lives maybe would have been or what we envisioned our lives to be. And I read an article today that talked about the hardest thing for them was pretending that it's okay, to be alone and to be single. And, that got me thinking about whether pretending being single is really the norm, because I feel that a lot of people out there, hey, it's nice to have you guys on board. So if you want to, before we start the show, let me go ahead and say that you guys are welcome to come into the lobby. If you've got Chrome, you can come in and join me right here live on the show. You can also make comments if you'd like to, and I'd appreciate it if you'd share so that others would be able to come and join us too. So that would be great to be able to have that. So I want you guys to know that you can talk to me online if you'd like. So that would be great to have you to do that. But so as we're talking about, and as we're thinking about being single during the holidays, and Valentine's, I think, is a holiday, although some people say it's like a Hallmark holiday. And but is it such a bad thing to let someone know that you care about them and that you wish them well? I've had many friends call me today, send me messages, wishing me happy Valentine's, because they care about me, and equally I care about them. And so those of you, if I haven't been able to, hey Sally, happy Valentine's Day. If I haven't been able to say happy Valentine's Day and that I love you, I do. So just know that, and know that you are important to me. You are important in my life. And that's what these holidays are all about, is to be able to share with people and let them know that, hey, you mean something to me. And I want you to know that. So, as we progress into being single, and so often a lot of my friends and family and those that I know that I am very strong with relationship loss, moving through to the other side of that. And so as we move from relationship loss and we're looking at a holiday such as this, or we're single and we've been out there dating and we haven't met someone, we start to doubt ourselves. We start to think about what our lives, what we projected our lives to be. And so that's what I wanted to kind of make my message to you tonight, was to let you know that sometimes our preconceived notion of what we think our life is going to be just isn't so. Because we have a path in our lives, even though we have those peaks and valleys that we experience. There's a path in which we have to endure. Those that come into our lives for a particular reason. Maybe it's a season that they're in our lives. Maybe it's for a little bit long term. Maybe we are to learn something from those that we are touched by. And so as we're looking at our Valentines today, and we're looking at being maybe alone per se, just know that you're never really alone, because you have wonderful friends. And this wonderful venue, such as, Facebook, allows us to reach people that we would have never been able to talk to. We would never been able to touch. We would never be able to share in their lives as well as we do. Shoot, man, I know what some people have for dinner, and so, and what they're going to have for dessert. But the thing is it's so great to be able to know that you're not really alone. So I wanted to be able to embrace you tonight, to let you know that, there are many changes that are going to happen in your life. There's many changes that are going to happen in your world, those around you. And I want you to know that it's not necessarily where you're at today It's where you're going to be. And so I think that what we need to do is focus on the person that we need to probably love the most, and that's ourselves. And so now how do we do that? How do we focus on being able to embrace who we are, to be able to move forward in our lives? And so that, I think, is a really difficult thing to really think about, because we don't often think about loving ourselves. You know, we look in the mirror, we get up in the morning, we look in the mirror and we think, and gosh, I wish I looked like someone else. I wish I had the bod like someone else. I wish I had the face like someone else. I wish I did this, I did that like someone else. But the reality is I am who I am. And so I can get better. You know, I can be a better me, but I also have to accept who I am. I have to accept some of the faults that I have, and I have to relish the joys of who I am. And so I think as we're looking at moving forward in our lives, and if we are single and we're, you know, during this Valentine's time, we're by ourselves, but we're thinking about we want to meet someone else, that we would like to have someone else in our lives. And it may not be a forever partner. Maybe it's just someone that you want to embrace, to be able to share the joys and the ups and downs, the peaks and valleys of your life. And so as we do that, I think that we have to really kind of dig deep and look at ourselves. We have to look at some of our past relationships, and we have to take ownership of things that maybe is our own fault or something that we could possibly learn from. There's many people out there. We have many people with regards to being able to help you and assist you on being able to be the better you. You know, on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, we have the most marvelous, absolutely wonderful people come on and talk. They share their lives, they share their information, and they give you tools in which for you to be able to, you know, use as a growing benchmark for yourself, to be able to expand yourself. So I hope that you'll listen to our shows. We are a 24/7 live streaming station, and I hope the station is on because I didn't get a chance to check it, but I've come in the door today. But we are a live streaming station. We're doing something pretty cool. We're going on live now with this Be Live TV. We're hitting the waves here every Thursday night on a live show, just like you're seeing tonight. And so on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Facebook page, you can join us there. We're going to be kicking off a brand new show. You know, Deidre Newman, she's going to be, I mean, her show is so touching, because you're going to learn to not only be beautiful, but you're going to learn to embrace the beautiful you. And so it's all about my beautiful life. And so to be able to experience life in a different way, to be able to be uplifting. And listen, I'm not always, you know, so positive, although people tell me that I am, but there are moments, and believe me, those that are close to me know that I have those valleys just like everyone else. But the thing is I have learned to accept who I am. And when I'm really going through some of the difficult times in my life, I've also learned that, you know, I can be better. And so I continuously try to grow. So how do we grow? You know, we were talking about trying to embrace ourselves, trying to accept ourselves. And so there's many facets of that you can do. One is listen to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. Two is be able to read some of these fabulous books that come and hit our waves here on the station. We share our author's corner. We have some fantastic books and articles and blogs that those that are around us that are willing to give and share with us. So you want to embrace things like that. You want to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I may not be who I want to be, but I am working on it, and I'm going to be able to move forward with that. And so, you know, I say do something good for somebody else. You know, reach out of your world and touch someone else's. I mean, how often, and you know, my father was just telling me about, he went to McDonald's one day, and he went through the drive-through, and he usually has breakfast there and everything. And he said, you're not going to believe it. He said, but the car in front of me paid for my meal, you know, paid for my what I ordered. And I said, well, Dad, that's awesome. He goes, yeah, if I had known they were going to do that, I would have had a big breakfast. And I'm thinking to myself, I think that's kind of funny. But the reality is he was so touched by that someone actually was willing to give, deep in their pocket to be able to buy somebody else a breakfast. So I think that's pretty awesome. So amen to you, Dennis. It's nice seeing you here on the show. So, I want you guys to embrace your lives. I would like to have you embrace those around you, because funny thing is, the more that we give to someone else and we see their lives turn, the more our lives turn, the more joy we end up receiving when we see them receiving something good. I bet you that car that pulled away from that McDonald's thought to themselves, that old guy, I bet I made his morning. And sure enough, he not only made his morning, but he made my dad's morning morning after morning, because he kept thinking about that guy or that gal in front of him who paid for his meal. What an awesome thing to do. I just think that Valentine's Day, everybody just says it's such a day that we shouldn't even think about. We shouldn't want to give to other people. It's just a Hallmark thing. But, the reality is, it's one more time for us to be able to look at our lives and say, is our lives going the way we want it to go? And if it's not, now is the time to change it. Are we touching other people? Are we making them happy? Are we making ourselves happy? I just feel like we should use all of these wonderful moments to be able to move ourselves forward. And so I think Valentine's Day, I think it's kind of a gauge for us. Again, it's one of those times for us to be able to stop and look at our lives. And sometimes we might be very sad at what we see. But the reality is we can change that. We can make it better. We can start evolving. We can start making change in our lives, because guess what? We have the choice to be happy. We have the choice to be happy or to be sad. We have the choice to be mad or get even. We have the choice to be able to pick ourselves up and say, you know what? Whatever I'm going through today, I'm going to make tomorrow a better day. We have those choices. And so that's what's all about. So, as we're talking about being single on Valentine's Day, shoot, man, you're with the best person that can possibly be, and that's you. It's sure you want to be able to give some to somebody else. You would like somebody else to recognize you, but recognize yourself. And I was reading article after article, and it talked about the various different things you could do. Like, ladies, you can go shopping. Guys, you can go do something that you enjoy doing. Go play golf, or, go play the hoops, or, just do different things that you enjoy doing. And so what it was telling me is that sometimes we have to give ourselves pleasure. We have to be able to embrace ourselves and give ourselves pleasure, to be able to say to ourselves, hey, we got that pat on the back. We're doing pretty good. Excuse me. Still trying to get over this cold thing. But I know that's what Jesus us to do others. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so sorry. So, and you know what? I've got like a little bit of cold thing going on. However, those out there are far worse than me. So I can thank my lucky stars and be very thankful that my life is going really in a great direction. So let's talk about you guys. Let's talk about what you can possibly do. Now, we know that you can listen to good things. You can read good books. You can, watch good movies. Don't watch movies that are so, just so challenging to our brain and to our hearts. You can embrace other people's lives, and we talked about that. The biggest thing you can do is keep your heart open. And, sometimes that's a tough thing when you've been hurt, when you're out there dating and you haven't met someone, and you start thinking, oh, is this really going to be for me? But, you can leave your heart open, and you can just say, whatever will be, will be. And so I'm going to live in the moment. And so as I'm dating, I'm going to open myself up to meet other people. And I'm not going to look for the negative of that person. I want to look towards a positive. And I hope to God he looks towards a positive in me. I mean, can you imagine every date that you go out on that you're always thinking negative, and can you imagine that person always thinking negative of you? What a life would that be? So I think together, let's be our own Valentines. Let's share our lives with other people, and let's do something to make others happy. So what do you think about the hearts that I have around my little thing? So I thought that was pretty cool. So anyone want to join? Anybody else have any other comments that they want to say about Valentine's Day? You know, one person said to me earlier that they thought Valentine's was such a lonely holiday because those around them were, celebrating the joys of having a relationship. And, that kind of saddened me to think that someone would be lonely today in today's world with all that we have, but there's a difference. And I know that there's a difference between existing and living your life. So Sally, what are you saying? The best thing today being single is say happy Valentine's to others. They may be single too. I have smiles today. You gave smiles today. Absolutely. Many, many smiles. And you know what, Sally? Give smiles every day, because those smiles that smile back at you are a gift. They're absolutely a gift. And so when you give a gift and you get a gift back, that's 100%. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about gift giving, because so often we feel like if someone didn't go out and get us something or whatever, we feel a little bit shortchanged on that. And I will share with you that I remember in my marriage, Valentine's Day, I used to always think that Valentine's Day was for the girls, not for the guys, which was probably very selfish and self-centered of me. But I used to think, oh, wow, it's Sweetheart's Day. And so I'm his sweetheart. And I expected him to get me something. And I didn't even, I'm not a real, material person. I just wanted to know that he was thinking about me. And Valentine's Day came and went, and I didn't even get a happy Valentine's Day. And I was crushed. I was absolutely crushed, because I thought to myself, when did I stop being his sweetheart? When did that happen to me? And so I was so upset over it. I waited 2 weeks and didn't even talk to him. Didn't even talk. All I said was, if he asked me something directly, I answered it. I didn't make small talk with them. I didn't, nothing. And I kept thinking to myself, I cannot believe this is happening. This, it's like my relationship is just non-existent. So then he went to his secretary and said, can you call my wife and find out what the problem is? Because I know something's wrong with her. Get that. He asked his secretary, ask me. So she said to me, she calls me up, she says to me, she talks to me and she says, so what's up with you? How come you're upset? And I said, well, when did I stop being a sweetheart? When did I stop, not even happy Valentine's Day? And she said, well, what do you want? And I said, I want to bring it back. Well, she said, well, you can't do that. He's going to get you some jewelry, get something expensive. So he ended up buying me a bracelet. And, every time I looked at that bracelet, I kept thinking over and over again how much he didn't really care. And so that's when I realized, as I was progressing going forward, that my relationship was dissolving. It wasn't there. And my eyes started opening up more and more and more. And so today, when I think about being single and, being out there and thinking, oh gosh, others could be by themselves, I think to myself, I would rather be here today with the hopes of tomorrow than back then knowing that the end is near. And so what I want to leave you with today is to know that being single is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of the road. It's the journey that you're going to take, and it's those around you that you're going to share your life with. When I went through my divorce, I realized there were several aspects of my divorce that I could have probably made better. But now, as I'm moving forward into another relationship, into, being with people that I love being with and being with you all, I start to understand that it's really about me, and it's about being able to go forward in my life. So I wanted to share that with you because I want you to be my Valentine, and I want to be yours, and I want to be in your corner. And as you progress in your life and you move through those peaks and valleys, I want to be there as your cheerleader, moving you forward. And so tonight, as you sit back and you think about your life and you think about where you're at today, I want you to think about where you would like to be in your future. Do you want someone in your life? Do you really don't care? Because sometimes, we get to a point in our lives where we're okay with who we are and where we're at. And we want to just be able to move forward. Do we want to travel? What do we want to embrace in our lives? That's the most important thing. Well, there's many of you out there that I love so dearly, and there's so many of you who have touched my life, and I want to thank you because you are my Valentine. You share your life with me day in and day out. You embrace me here on Facebook. You bring me up when I'm down, and you make me laugh and just have a great time with who I am. And so I hope that together we can continue embracing being single. I hope we can continue connecting as being single and enjoying our life. And, Chris always says, you want to be able to live your life and enjoy it. And so I believe that so wholeheartedly. So let's talk about what's happening tomorrow night. We've got a lot of really great things going on tomorrow night. We have, starting at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a brand new show, a live show. It's going to be for an hour. 45 minutes. And we're going to talk about living your best life in a beautiful way, your beautiful life. And so I'm looking forward with that, with a brand new host that we have with us, Deidre Newman. So it's going to be very, very enlightening, and it's going to be very exciting to have her on. Then we're going to follow it up with Boy and Girl Thing, and of course going solo with Cece. And I hope we'll have a couple new shows around the corner here for you that you can be joining with us. So as we move forward, I hope that our hearts are filled with joy and just love of other people, and most of all, love of yourself. Because, being single during Valentine's Day is not the end of the world. It's just the beginning of something wonderful. And so as we're moving through our relationships, and as we're rebuilding new relationships, we're redefining our lives, restructuring our lives, let's do it together as being single. Let's do it together as being friends. Let's connect and have a good time. And that's what it's really all about. I love you, and I hope you guys will join me. I've got a lot of really, I've been working so hard on so many different things. We're going to be kicking off, and I know we keep saying that we're going to be kicking it off, but we've been working very hard on doing that. And, I'm actually going to be on, I didn't tell you guys this, I'm going to be on a show in Canada in March, and the lady's going to be on with me here on Going Solo. So I'm excited about that. So we got a lot of really great things. So, when I was going through my relationship loss, I really thought it was the end of the world, the absolutely end for me. I didn't think anything was going to be any better in my life. Now I have realized that the struggles that I've had to go through have really made me who I am, and has developed me into the person that I'm becoming. And so with each challenge that I have, being on the radio, now being here on this TV program, and we've got a couple other things under our sleeve that we're going to be doing. But, those are all things that I've had to be able to, hey, Georgie, how you doing? Happy Valentine's. I've had to realize that I've had to get out of my comfort zone. And so what I'm asking you tonight is to step out of yours. Step out of your comfort zone and be the person that you are meant to be. We've got someone calling me now. So we do have a call-in number that you guys can call in tomorrow night, so you can join us here on the show if you want. But I just want you to know that the most important thing in life is living it. And I hope that you will too. So, guys, I love you, and I hope that everything is perfect for you. I hope that your night is as beautiful as it can be. I don't know about you guys, but I've been loving the Olympics. I absolutely love what's happening, with all the great sports and everything. I think it's wonderful that we've been able to enjoy all of that. So I'm going to sign off. So I just want you to know that you mean a lot to me, and I hope that you're not saddened over this holiday. I hope that you are enlightened to know that you are one step, closer to really becoming who you want to be. And I hope that you'll take me on the journey, because I'd love to be there with you, to be able to experience your peaks and valleys, and your just your joy of what you're going through. So I hope you will share with me and continue to share with me. You can reach me on goingsolonetwork@gmail.com. You can send me a message and let me know anything that you want to listen to on the show, anything you like, you don't like. We're okay with that. And so we just want to reach out and touch you. And I want to thank you for touching me. So we do really, really appreciate it. And I certainly do. So we're going to have some fun events coming up. Georgie, I hope you'll come, and Sally and Dennis, and we'll be with us on some of these fun things that we do. So listen, I'm going to sign off because I want you guys to be able to enjoy your evening. I just want you to know that you're not alone for Valentine's Day. I want to encourage you that your life, it's just a stepping stone, and where you're at today is not where you're going to be tomorrow, and it's going to be exciting. And I also want you to know that, we're here for you. Others are here for you. So you just have to reach out and let them know that you need a hand, or that you want to embrace that and do something different. We're certainly here for you. So anyhow, you guys are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I'm Cece Shatz, and it's so great to be with you tonight. So happy Valentine's, and I hope that this is just the beginning of something wonderful for you. Talk to you later. Bye.